we'll start with you, Guy. Slow start. You went into the breakdown 10. What sort of was the message at halftime that turned around?
Well, we'd scored 4 points, I think, with about 4 minutes left in the first quarter, so it was feeling like a soccer game. But they weren't bad shots. I think at half time, you got two players as good as Kayla and Loz. They were 1 of 15 between them. So we knew that wouldn't last, right? So the message was really for those two guys to back themselves and take their normal shots, and they'll drop. So that was really that part of it. And down 10 was nearly all due to really poor defensive rebounding and allowing second chance points. So, that was the challenge, that at half time, if we take care of that, keep them off the glass, do a better job, we expect that the shooting will turn around and we'll get back in the game.
Then they've said, even at three-quarter time, pretty much, how proud are you sort of the way that they went on with it? Because you think we missed that shot right on the buzzer to win it in regulation. Sometimes that goes against us. But how proud are you sort of the team went on with it in overtime?
Yeah, look, I'm really proud of the team, the way they executed. We talked about this just after the game. I thought they executed great through the fourth quarter and into the overtime, because to get that many assisted baskets late in the game is very, very difficult to do, because games get so tight and pressured. It's normally a one-on-one move, a drive, a kick three, that kind of thing. But to actually score because you're cutting and finding people and cutting is very difficult to do. So I was nothing but proud of the girls for how they did there.
Em, you're down there in the clutch out there. Obviously hit the clutch shot down the end. How did you see it out there?
I was backing myself and backing my free throws. I haven't had the greatest season with free throws so far, but just going through my routine and trusting my shots.
You had 17 there, obviously a couple of threes, and a very crafty layup in the first half as well. How do you think you played overall?
Okay, offensively. I think defensively definitely needs some work. Like what Guy said at halftime, we needed to really get on the D boards, and especially for me fighting over the ball screens. So definitely room for improvement, but I'm happy with my offensive game.
Guy, that's now 3 wins in a row. Obviously the Melbourne one was probably seen as our best win to date. Do you think this is now our best win to date this season?
Look, probably. I mean, the Melbourne win was just a lot of built-up frustration and angst, because we played 2 games where we just shot the ball horribly, like 20-something% shooting, and got dusted up pretty well by Perth and Townsville. And so I think the Melbourne game was just, everyone broke their shackles and the shooting was great. This game, I just think it was a good build because a lot of the execution was good, and I was also pleased with the Bendigo win, because I felt like we had to come out and play a very good second half, because we're 10 down against Bendigo at the half. So just pleased with the mentality and mental toughness of the team to execute when it counts.
Lozzie had a double-double, 15 and 10, sorry. Kayla had 17 and 11, and obviously the girl next to you, Emma, had 17 off the bench. There were some standouts. What do you think of those threes played?
Look, we've made some offensive tweaks to make Kayla more of a facilitator, and I think that's really coming to fruition. So I don't know how many. She probably didn't have 2 assists the last game. She had 8 or 9, something like that. But I think that the offense is moving a lot better now than what we were before. And we've got some significant weapons to bring back into the team yet offensively. So, but it's better that those players can come back in on a platform of the team playing really well, rather than they come back in and the team's desperate for victories.
EC, what does this sort of mean for the group now you've knocked off the league leaders?
I think it just shows that we can really beat the top teams, and every team in this league is competitive, so we just need to go into each game with confidence like we did for this one.
Guy, the journey of the team from the beginning of the season, how are you feeling now about the rest of the season, given the improvement that you've been seeing? And also, as you said, you've got more players to come back. When are we going to be seeing some of those players coming back? The
first part of your question is development of the Flames way that we want to play basketball. So that there's no shortcuts to that. You know, every game you play is a bit of a truth test, and yeah, it's taken a long time to get some foundational things in place that I think are starting to come through now to a much better level. And that's credit to the players that we've got, because we've been in this situation of around the 500 mark. 7 of our first 10 games are on the road, so these girls have really felt the pressure of needing to hang in with the 4 while we're playing on the road and while we're learning a new system. So the fact that we've got 3 with Tess, and to answer that part of the question, she's a game by game, I'd say, so we'll have a look at her for the next one just to potentially see. We won't rush her. And then Swaino, I think that she'll still be another 2-3 weeks maybe, so she's not far away.
Okay.
Anyone else? Abs?
Yeah, I've got one for Emma actually. I just wanted to ask. Emma, I just wanted to ask about you playing with the Kangaroos earlier this year. Just being in that team and also that environment with the girls. How have you kind of brought that experience into the WNBL?
Yeah, I guess just the 3-on-3, like I just really makes you enjoy basketball. Like you don't have as much pressure on you from a personal note. But yeah, just really being out there and competing with a good group of girls, really good culture, and yeah, we're just backing each other. So I think coming into the season, I was confident in my ability. So yeah, really enjoyed that experience.
And I also wanted to say it really felt like all of the girls just stepped up today and it was a team performance. Do you think it was like that for you, where it wasn't just 1 or 2 girls, it was everyone?
Yeah, definitely. I think everybody's making a big contribution. Obviously our starters and then our players coming off the bench, we all know our roles. So yeah, we're all doing that to the best of our ability. So proud of everyone today.
And that just comes with the girls getting to know each other more?
Yeah. I mean, we're really gelled off the court, and I think that is translating on the court. So yeah, out there having fun, getting around each other when we make big plays, and sticking together in the tough times. So yeah.
Anyone else?
I just wanted to quickly ask Guy, you mentioned before that Kayla is becoming more of a facilitator rather than being relied on a scorer. How soon did you decide to make that change? Because I feel like she certainly started to relax a little bit more into this season, and I think her performance has started to improve now that she's looking a bit more relaxed. So when did you make that decision to make her more of a facilitator?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I think that the way we started was hampered by the fact that she came in so late, because she came off the WNBA, so she had no foundation of pre-season with a new team. And then when we came in, the building blocks, I suppose, that I wanted her to get done, she was just out of sorts and out of rhythm and flow with it. So after we had that loss against Perth, I think it was clear to me then that I needed to, because I had her in this sort of role when I last coached her at Boomers, but we had Ezzy. So Ezzy was a 5 and Kayla could play that role in a 4. So I had to get it clear in my mind how Kayla could do the same stuff in a 5, and then what that meant for a smaller team, because Dee Dee's our 4. So it just took a bit of planning how we went about it, but we've been working that quite hard since we got back from Perth, to just not massive changes, but just enough to, in the terms I use, to make her the primary target player rather than a secondary target.
And the last one from me, I've noticed in the last few games you've switched to a lot of 5 out in the half-court offense. But what I like about it is you are getting that secondary action on the rotation and getting more scores from assists. Is that why you implemented more of a 5 out, or is that just an organic benefit?
No. Well, we wanted to squeeze much more out of Kayla's passing ability than what we were getting. So I think that in our previous setups, we were getting the ball back into her hands way too late on the shot clock. So instead of waiting for that to happen, and sometimes it just didn't happen, and then she's struggling to get a rhythm, we decided to go after that really hard and have the ball in her hands early, and then just try to attack both sides of the floor.
Cool, thank you.
Good question.
Well, good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.